For most of human history, monsters were something we invented. Dragons, sea serpents, creatures lurking at the edge of old maps where explorers wrote, "Here be monsters." We assumed those stories existed because people didn't understand the world yet. But what if the opposite is true? What if those stories existed because people saw things and science just wasn't ready to believe them? Because the more we explore this planet, the clearer one thing becomes. Some monsters were never imaginary. We just didn't discover them until it was already too late to change how we see the world. Too late to stop them. Too late to fear them properly. Too late to realize they had been here the entire time. Humans love closure. We like to believe the planet has been mapped, cataloged, understood. We draw borders on maps, label species, declare animals extinct. And once something is written down, we treat it as fact. But that confidence collapses the moment you ask a simple question. How much of Earth have we actually seen? The deep ocean, unexplored cave systems, dense rainforests, isolated island chains, places where pressure, darkness, or isolation make survival feel impossible. And yet, life didn't just survive there. It adapted. One of the clearest examples of this is an animal that scientists were absolutely certain was gone forever. The goblin shark. For decades, this shark existed only as fossils. Its strange skull structure seemed impractical, outdated, something evolution had abandoned, so it was labeled extinct. Case closed. Until fishermen began pulling something out of the deep that didn't make sense. A shark with pale pink skin, small, lifeless eyes, a snout shaped like a blade, and then, without warning, its jaw exploded forward. The goblin shark doesn't bite, it launches. Its jaw shoots out of its skull with terrifying speed, grabbing prey before it even understands what's happening. This isn't a defect, it isn't damage, it's engineering, an ambush predator designed for a place where vision is useless and reaction time means everything. The deeper scientists looked, the more unsettling the truth became. This animal hadn't evolved much at all. It didn't need to. While surface species were forced to adapt, the goblin shark lived in a world so stable, so isolated, that change was unnecessary. Which leads to a disturbing realization. Extinction isn't always about dying out. Sometimes it's just about falling off our radar. That realization became impossible to ignore in 1938, when a fish that wasn't supposed to exist was pulled from the ocean alive, the coelacanth. According to science, this fish vanished 6 million years ago, at the same time as the dinosaurs. Textbooks treated it as a missing link, important, but gone. Then someone caught one, alive, breathing, moving, with the same fin, structure seen only in fossils. This wasn't a close relative. This wasn't an evolved version. It was the same animal, while entire ecosystems collapsed above. The coelacanth retreated into deep underwater caves where time moved differently. No predators, no competition, no pressure to change. It didn't survive by adapting, it survived by disappearing. And once again, humans were forced to admit something uncomfortable. We don't discover life when it begins. We discover it when it finally intersects with us. not all of these. Discoveries were quiet or academic. Some were horrifying the moment we understood them. Take the giant isopod. At first glance, it looks almost silly, like a pill bug scaled up for shock value. Then you learn the size. As large as a small dog, armored from head to tail, living under pressures that would crush steel. And then you learn something worse. Giant isopods can survive years without eating. Years. That's not a coincidence. That's an animal built for a world where food is unpredictable, where collapse is normal, and waiting is the only winning strategy. They don't rush. They don't waste energy. They don't panic. They endure, which makes you wonder how many deep-sea creatures aren't designed for our world at all, but for a future where conditions are far worse. Some animals weren't monsters because of how they looked. They were monsters because of what we misunderstood about them. For decades, the Komodo dragon was thought to be dangerous because of bacteria. People believed its bite caused infections, that it wasn't a true predator, just a lucky one. That belief was comforting because it meant humans weren't sharing space with a perfectly evolved killing machine. Then science proved something far more disturbing. Komodo dragons are venomous. Their saliva contains toxins that cause massive bleeding, prevent clotting, and drop blood pressure until prey collapses. They don't need to chase. They don't need speed. They bite once, and then they follow. For thousands of years, Komodo dragons had already mastered this method. We just didn't understand it yet. Once again, the monster wasn't new. Our knowledge was. Some creatures aren't terrifying because of teeth or venom. They're terrifying because of where they live. The vampire squid exists in oxygen minimum zones, places so low in oxygen that most animals suffocate within minutes. Its movement is slow. Its body looks alien. Its response to danger is deeply unsettling. When threatened, it spreads dark membranes, reveals sharp projections, and drifts motionless, not attacking, not fleeing, letting predators mistake it for something already dead. It feeds on falling debris, lives without sunlight, survives in near silence, a reminder that life doesn't need warmth, comfort, or familiarity. It just needs time. Then there's an animal humans turned into a joke. The blobfish, mocked for its melted face, voted the ugliest animal. But that face isn't real. In the deep sea, pressure holds its body together normally. It looks like a fish. When we drag it to the surface, the pressure disappears. Its body collapses. That distorted face is not ugliness. It's decompression, which raises a terrifying question. How many creatures would look just as monstrous if we force them into our environment? And how many monsters exist only because we don't belong where they live? Not every monster was hidden by depth. Some were hidden by disbelief. The okapi, a large mammal striped like a zebra, related to giraffes. Local people described it for years. Scientists dismissed it as myth until one was finally documented in the early 1900s. An entire large animal, not extinct, not rare, just ignored. And this is the pattern that ties all these discoveries together. They weren't new. They weren't mutations. They weren't anomalies. They were always here, living, hunting, waiting, while humans assumed the planet was already figured out. Even today, we've explored less than 5% of the ocean. Less than 5. That means every deep-sea expedition isn't just research. It's a first encounter. History has taught us something uncomfortable. Every time we believe we've found the last monster, we're wrong. Because Earth doesn't care what we think exists. It doesn't need our permission. And it doesn't reveal its secrets on our schedule. Somewhere below the surface, in the dark, under pressure, we can't survive. There are animals watching our lights fade, not hiding, not fleeing, just waiting for the moment we finally notice them. Far too late to pretend. They were never real.